Another author that has helped me along my way in my journey through complex PTSD is Hermann Hesse. He was a German author, and he had a very colorful life in Germany. And I'm going to share some more information about him. You may have heard of him, and I'm going to just share a few perspectives that I picked up on in doing a character study on Hermann Hesse as an actor, which I was challenged by my Meisner acting coach here in Austin to do, and then kind of summarize some of the work that he did in his life. I'm Roach, Mark Roach. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Transcendent, where I share my journey through complex PTSD in hopes that it reaches others, that it can help enrich their lives, your life, and benefit others. So Hermann Hesse had a youthful yearning for authenticity. Think about that. Youthful yearning for authenticity. Adolescence is characterized by a quest, in his case, for authenticity and spiritual enlightenment, moving away from the simple obedience. And, he was born in 1877 in a religious, I think they called it a Swabian pietist household. And Hesse faced a sense of estrangement and struggled with mental health issues throughout his entire life. But he was influenced by his grandparents, who introduced him to stories of India and of philosophy. So he went on this literary journey, and he began as an apprentice at a bookstore, which gave him a chance to explore literature and develop his own writing skills. And his early works faced commercial failure. Personal challenges eventually led him to significant recognition. And his key works were Peter Kamenzind, a novel reflecting Hesse's struggle with addiction and search for authenticity. And you may have heard of this one, Siddhartha. It was inspired by Indian culture and Buddhism. It intertwines the journey of self-discovery with the celebration of the present moment. Philosophical influences include thinkers like Nietzsche and Carl Jung. Hesse's work often explores the tension between chaos and order and the concept of the hero's journey. And there's a consistent theme of non-conformity in Hesse's work. Hesse's characters often embody the struggles of non-conformity, mirroring the challenges of modern individualism. He argues that embracing one's individuality is essential for a fulfilling life, despite the risk of isolation. And there is a critique of modern society which you can't help but notice in his work. He critiques the mechanical and the conformist nature of modern life, advocating for mindfulness and appreciation of more simple joys. And there's an emphasis on inner wisdom. Hesse suggests that true knowledge and goodness come from within, and that self-discovery is a vital component of the human experience. And, he really does end with a reflection on finding wisdom in life's simple moments and emphasizing the importance of living in the present and recognizing the beauty in everyday experiences. So I've tried to summarize some of Hesse's literary and philosophical journey here and highlight his struggles and some significant themes that in his work, particularly in his search for authenticity and the value of individual experience. And I found this especially rewarding for me because it made me feel not so alone. Hermann Hesse spent a lot of time fasting and living in nature outside of society, and also struggled with what was characterized around him as mental illness. And I have another perspective that maybe he was just so sensitive and just wasn't fitting into the norms that everyone else was. But who am I to say? Nonetheless, what I take away from this is that I'm not alone in feeling like I'm an individual, and sometimes not conforming with the ways of the world. And one of the ways that I stay positive is that, I realize that not everyone faces trauma. Not everyone has been struck by some of the events that I have in my life. And I do believe that many of us are born into our lives, and that many of the things that happen have fate or a purpose, behind them, and a lesson that we're here to learn, potentially share, and hopefully at some point look back on and enjoy. And so I don't wish that on my fellow man. I don't think everyone should have or could have or does have access to the same insights that you may have. If you're still watching this video, you may be one of several few that have actually been through some of these things in your life, that have shined light and helped enlighten you to an understanding of yourself and how the world is working. And I encourage you to find that uniqueness inside of you and use it and bring it forth and bless your fellow man with it. I'm Mark Roach, wishing you all the best.